Hi everybody, my name is Cassandra Solano and I'm a licensed clinical social worker in the state of California, and I'm a conscious relationship coach. And such a core component to healing our relationships, or to getting unstuck in our relationship, or to breaking free from cycles of dysfunctional, unhealthy relationships, is getting clear on those childhood wounds, those old stories and old beliefs from childhood, from our dysfunctional, toxic family systems that are keeping us stuck. We may feel like we are spinning our tires in the mud, kind of having the same arguments over and over, or having the same type of unhealthy, unfulfilling relationship over and over. And what we don't realize is that the mud is actually that deeper childhood patterns, those old ways that we learned to survive our childhood, families of origin, our homes that were dysfunctional, chaotic, inconsistent, that didn't have the safety and the nurturing that we needed. And it's so important to take the time to do that deeper work, especially if you've been putting it on the back burner for a long time, or thinking you can just leave it in the past. I think many folks are waking up and realizing right now, in this time of pandemic, of so much change, that we're all being called to do deeper work right now. And it is the month of July. We're in Cancer season. If you know me, you know I'm a little woo-woo, and I want to be centering some of my talk today around a huge Cancerian theme, which is motherhood and the mother wound. Now, I'm going to use the term motherhood or mother wound or mother. Yes, it's a gendered term. It is not one that you may personally relate to or associate with, so I do want to name that. But it's kind of like this archetype of the caregiver that was supposed to provide you with these more, again, another gendered term, feminine, nurturing qualities. And it may not have been a female gendered person or presenting person. It may have been a grandparent or a step parent in your life growing up. But I'm going to use the term mother wound, but of course, like, you can reframe that term into ways that make sense for you. And I want to talk about 3 core mother wounds and how to start healing. So one of the core ways that we experience a mother wound is through something called lack of attunement. And attunement is essentially this felt sense in the body or quality of feeling truly seen, felt, and heard. And for example, I had a client this week who said, well, my parents did everything. We had consistent meal times and a hot meal at every dinner. We had our consistent bedtimes. And on the outside, it looked like, we were being parented and taken care of. But when we peel back the layers and look a little bit deeper, we see that there was no emotional care. There was no emotional attunement. That the children didn't really feel seen, felt, and heard. The parents were just kind of going through the motions of life and kind of checking the list and what a responsible parent should be doing, but they were missing this huge emotional component. So attunement is that quality of feeling seen, felt, and heard, feeling responded to consistently and in an appropriate manner. And within a appropriate timeline. So when a child falls and hurts themselves, the parent not only acknowledges the child has been hurt, but they respond to them, fast enough. Of course, we can take that to an extreme of like a helicopter parent, and consistently. And we can start healing this by attuning to ourselves, by building that mind-body connection, by doing mindfulness practices, or just checking in with ourselves, doing embodiment work. And there's many, many different ways to do this. Another mother wound and way we can start to heal ourselves is through holding space for ourselves. So that is not just the mother coming and responding to the child that maybe fell down and got injured in a timely manner and acknowledging that they've been hurt, but it is also, holding space for their pain, holding space for their fear. I often find with my kids when they fall down and get an owie, it's not so much about the knee scrape as that falling off their bike or their skateboard was scary, and they're crying more because they feel scared. And it's just about understanding what is the emotional state of the child and being able just to hold space for that instead of saying, well, stop crying. If you keep crying, I'll give you something to cry about. And we can start holding space for our emotions in the same way and just being there for ourselves without judgment and letting whatever come up and arise be felt. The last part is the nurturing. So as we hold space for our feelings, for our feelings to emerge slowly and safely on this healing process, then we come in with the kiss on the knee or the Band-Aid or the it's okay, let me hold you and rock you until you stop crying, and that we start to learn how to give that nurturing to ourselves. And it can be hard if we've never experienced attunement, having space held for all of our feelings and our experience, and nurturing, to start to give this to ourselves. This is progress, not perfection. And even if you can just do one of these things in one small way over the next week, that is still growth. So sending you all so much love, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.